defending, yes, we are defending champions, and we are very proud of that. All we need to do is focus on basics, and we've got all the skills what is required to win games. It is just putting everything together and getting the right combination.
Basically, I would like to know views from both of you. DRS will be introduced for the first time in this IPL, and there will be some mid-season transfer as well. So, your views on the new introductions this time.
Well, I think it's good. I mean, answering the question before as well. This is the evolution that these franchise models are going forward with. And it's a great option for franchises to have, especially the mid-season trading and all that. We'll have to closely keep an eye on how we would, go about that. The opportunity is there, so it's going to be quite new to all the franchises. So we need to go through the season halfway and discuss and see how best we can address that. DRS has always been in international cricket. Introducing it is always going to be a plus for the IPL. We're trying to do is to reduce the errors, which I'm not saying that umpires make errors or whatever, but it happens, and naturally it happens. It's a tough situation to be in, and to try and give them a guideline and a helping hand, and for franchises and the captains to control things in a better way, because end of the day what's important is fans and everyone all gets a great product. So I'm pleased with that opportunity, and everyone needs to now. I mean, a lot of the international players know how to handle DRS and how best they could use it, but the younger players who haven't used that's some process, and it's a good learning experience for them as well to learn how to handle that.
It's only good for the game and the tournament. At the end of the day, you want the right decisions to be made, and DRS will only help get us that. So I think it's a good addition to the tournament, and the transfer window has been there for a while, and this mid-season transfer obviously will give us the teams an opportunity to see what they need in their squad, and the other teams also will be looking at what players they can get and things like that. So it completely depends on the franchisee. Hope if a situation comes and we need to get a player or give out a player, it depends on how the team is working and how the team is going at that point. So it completely depends on the combination, the performance that you have had, things like that. So I think it's good for the tournament that these things have come up, and it's only going to add value to the tournament.
Rohit, this year the Mumbai Indians team has a lot of domestic players in the likes of Surya, Siddesh Lat, Tare, and you yourself. So in the past they haven't got enough chances, but this season will it be different since they are in good form from the domestic season?
Yeah, a lot of the domestic players are in good form. The challenge for any IPL captain is to get those domestic players in the squad and make use of them. All our domestic players who are in the squad, they are in good form. So we have a little bit of headache that we have to go through to get the right combination. But yes, I want to, yes, we have to look at all these guys, especially Siddesh Lad. He's been with the squad for more than 3 years now. And somewhere down the line, we also feel that, he needs an opportunity. But again, all will depend on the right balance, the combination that we have, and the opposition that we are facing. Because everything depends on that. That's how you decide your playing 11. And the condition will also matter. So we'll sit across. We have some time to go through that, and we'll sit across and we'll see whatever is the best combination. Because at the end of the day, you want to make right decisions for your team before you go into the tournament.
I'm happy to have those healthy headaches. I don't need aspirins for that. Rather than having to think that the guys are not in form, or that internally they're challenging each other, which is a great thing to have as a captain and a coach. To have those kind of healthy headaches is always good.
Mahela, you talked about T20 cricket going the football way in some respects just now. Is there a danger to the international cricket, especially Test cricket?
As long as you don't twist my answer, yes. No, what I'm saying is when I said it's going the football way is like some of the thinking with the transfers and the technologies being now used, as well as the auction dynamics, how you invest in younger players. I think investing in younger players is always going to be healthy for international cricket. I mean, if you see the Indian white ball team now, I think most of the guys came through the IPL and their performances has created opportunities for them in the international team. So it's always been healthy. I don't see it's being a problem for international cricket, what has created by the franchises or the IPL or T20 cricket. I think the skill levels, I've always said, if you take the last 10 years, the skill levels of the players have improved because of T20 cricket. I mean, you see Test cricket now, 85-90% of all Test matches are result-oriented, purely because the pace that guys are scoring runs and the skills that the bowlers have to take wickets. So it's always been healthy. Otherwise, you get more draws than results. So results in Test cricket is always good. And all of those matches have gone either fourth day or fifth day afternoon, mid-afternoon, the results, and it's been brilliant. So it's all been healthy for the game. I don't see it's been an issue at all.
Question for both of you. Actually, this in the light of Smith and Warner not being around, does this make MI even more of a favorite because both of them were captains who would lead by example and were really inspirational for Rajasthan Royals as well as Sunrisers Hyderabad. Does that make MI even more stronger this season?
Well, I've always believed in things where we can control. I mean, these are things like we can't control. It is a loss for the tournament not to have those two players, but it could have been an injury, it could have been anything else that we would have lost good players to a tournament. So we are not looking at like that. I think the combinations have changed after the big auction with all the franchises. We have new combinations in different franchises which we have to be aware of. Rajasthan, Delhi, Kings 11, all these teams have gone with new players, so that's something that we have to be mindful of, how they're going to come out and perform the roles that they're going to play. So I don't see we're going to start from scratch. We like Rohit said, we're proud to be defending champions, but we need to win a lot of battles out there during the season for us to get to where we need to be. So we'll take one game at a time, and we don't see ourselves as favorites. We see ourselves as equally good and trying to be better than the others.
MI has always been a good team, regardless of the players that play in the tournament or not. For us, what happens outside MI doesn't affect us because we have to focus on what we have to do as a team. And that is what we have done in the last 10 years, which is probably the reason, we've had some success in this tournament. As Mahela said, we don't want to go into the tournament as favorites. We are happy to go into the tournament as equally good, with when compared to the other teams, because we have what we need to do, what needs to win the tournament. We've got players who can win you games. We've got bowlers who can take you wickets, batsmen who can score runs. So bases are covered. It's just about going and handling that pressure in the middle and, taking one game at a time, not to think too far ahead about what is going to happen on 27th May. For us, it is important that we focus on one game at a time, and that is something that has helped us over the years, not thinking too far ahead, taking one game at a time, and, that has been the forte of Mumbai Indians. So we would like to continue to do the same.
Rohit, this year the middle order is quite experienced. So will we see you open like you do for India?
I would like to keep it as a surprise. Our middle order is strong. We've got great openers in Evan Lewis and Ishan Kishan, and we've got good enough middle order also. So you will see on the 7th, where I've had. So I would like to keep it as a surprise.
Mahela, Rohit spoke about we have a new facility in the Reliance Park, the new ground. So we took the boys there for a week, all the younger guys, all the new guys who came in, because all the international boys had a hectic schedule, so they joined us later on. So that group who came in, like most of the young new boys, managed to get together and do some great stuff while practicing and all that. Now, once the international players walked in, so we'll have some more activities around that, getting to know each other. So that has been very important for us, because to, like Ro said, to understand each other's, what ticks them, what doesn't tick them on and off the field, finding that common place. So, so we've invested a lot of time and effort for that, and that's very important, especially when you have to have the group together for 8 weeks, and we'll continue to do that through the season as well. Whenever we get breaks and all that, we have activities so that everyone have fun, but as part of a team, part of a family, and push each other in the right direction.
Mahela and Rohit, both, do you think there will be a lot of pressure on Jasprit Bumrah, given that he's the only quality Indian pacer in the squad? And along with that, how will you manage Cummins' workload, given that he's come off a test series in South Africa?
Well, going to your second question, Cummings is something that we need to manage, which we will do that, like what we did last year with all our fast bowlers. 8 weeks is a long tournament, so all the fast bowlers, it has to be that. Booms, I don't know, he understands the word pressure, so I'm quite happy to have him. He's quite comfortable, the role that he plays for us, as well as what he does for India. What we tend to do is to try and take that bit away from him with other bowlers. Obviously, last year we had Mali and few others, but we bought in Fizz, bought in Pat, we got Mitch, so there are experienced bowlers who have done that job to support him. And to be fair, Ro will agree with me that Hardik has come a long way with the ball for the national team as well. He's a much improved bowler. So we have a lot of options that we could fall back to when it comes to taking that, whatever you call the pressure off Booms. But I'm quite sure that Booms loves that challenge. And you saw in last year as well when we played Gujarat in that super over. I mean, we had Mali, but we went to Booms because we know that, that he's made that transition and he can handle that, and he showed that. So he's a big part of our team, but I don't think he understands what pressure is. So I'm quite happy.
I agree with Mahela completely. He's a quality bowler, and he's been doing it for a couple of years now, what he's been doing. So again, he understands that he needs to come out and make an impact, but at the same time, he also he doesn't understand what pressure is. He's absolutely right, because he just comes and does what he likes to do, regardless of the situation of the game, because he understands, how he's gone through over the years, and he needs to continue in the same manner. So I don't think anything is going to change. Responsibility was, he handled the responsibility well last year, considering, Mali was not in a great form, and, Mitchell Johnson and Mitchell McLanagan, we had to rotate between these two guys. So he handled that pressure really well. So hopefully, again, this year, he knows, there are quality around him. So hopefully there won't be as much pressure as it was last year on him. So only because we've got quality around our seamers this year, and of course we've got good enough spinners who can control the middle part of the game as well.